everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be diving into a topic that will help you prepare for your nursing program, the HESI A2 exam. I took it, I passed, so I'm going to just go over some tips and tricks that helped me pass, and of course anything that I mentioned and list will be in the description box below. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So first, let's talk about the HESI. What it is, it's a standardized test that's used by nurses to just measure your academic readiness for nursing school. Me, I had to take it. I'm not going into nursing school, but I am going into dental hygiene school. Some schools do require it, some don't, as well as, like the topics as well vary per school. So overall, the HESI is made up of English, math, science, and critical thinking. For my school, that in order to get into the dental hygiene program, I just needed to test on reading comprehension, math, and vocab. That was it. Those were the three things that I needed to take. I know Anatomy and Physiology is some where they require you to take that. I'm very thankful I didn't need to take that because that's a whole other thing. If you take that, study. If you don't have to take it, good for you. We just went straight into it. Now, the study materials that I used to help me, I used a HESI A2 study guide. You can actually get that online. It's literally just Google it, HESI A2 study guide. It goes over in detail on each section that will help you prepare for it. And then there's also like online tests that they have and other online test sites. For instance, I used Nurse Hub. Nurse Hub was so good. Like, it was really good. Like, if you are even like studying for the HESI, or if you are even taking some of these courses or classes that you have currently in order to get your degree, Nurse Hub is very good. It broke everything down step by step. It was very easy to understand. There is a monthly subscription for the Nurse Hub. I plan on keeping my Nurse Hub open, so that way when I am accepted, speaking it into existence, when I am accepted into the dental hygiene program, I do plan on still using Nurse Hub, just because I know some of the courses that I have to take is Anatomy and Physiology, and I know that is a course that helps you learn more in detail on Nurse Hub. So it is a really great tool, even if you're studying for the HESI or TEAS, or any other program, or just taking courses in general. It is really great. The second thing that I used to help me pass were flashcards. I didn't make them. I used them on Quizlets. Boy, when I tell you, Quizlets was a lifesaver. Quizlets. I will list down below the exact Quizlets that I used to help me pass. I made an 89. I needed to get like an 85 or better to even be considered for the course, and I got an 89. And I will tell you right now, Quizlet is where it's at when it comes to your reading and vocab. Every single last question that I had for the reading comprehension was on that Quizlet. Literally every single last one. So I got a really high score in the reading comprehension. I listed down below. Study, memorize it, you got it. Oh, and YouTube, of course. YouTube is another great resource that I used. I used mainly YouTube for vocab and math. It was really good. Math, I know you've heard other people say it. Nurse Shay, Nurse Shy. I'll link her down below. Oh my gosh, she is really good. She really broke down the math equations and did an excellent job. I loved it. Passed the math. I think overall in the math section, I had, I have to pull it up. I think I got like a 97 or a 94. I think it was a 94. I don't know. I tested very well in the math section. My math section was unfortunately conversions. There was a lot of conversions in there. So if you're not familiar with your conversions, you better get familiar. At least my test had a lot of conversions in there, and you better get familiar. But overall, those were the 3 sources or main sources that I used. And as far as my studying went, I scheduled my HESI far in advance. So I had time to study. So that's why I was able to use all those resources, especially Nurse Hub, because if you have Nurse Hub, like I said, it breaks everything down brick by brick. All right, yeah, so my battery died. I don't even remember where we left off. Not battery died, it freaking overheated. Annoying. But anyways, I think I left off on study strategies. Oh yeah, okay, I remember. So yeah, I had scheduled mine in advance, so I had plenty of time to study, allowing me to use Nurse Hub. Like I said, Nurse Hub really does do a great job breaking it down brick by brick. So if you have less time to study, I still recommend getting Nurse Hub. I really do, because it also gives you practice exams, and those practice exams are very helpful. One thing I will say though, those practice exams was harder than the actual HESI, so it made it easier for the HESI. My input, my thought. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but at least that's what it is for mine. I don't know if all the tests are the same. I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know if all the tests are the same or if they like rotate it out or whatnot. But I don't know. But either way, the HESI practice exams was harder than the actual HESI itself, which I think allowed me to do well on the test again in itself. As far as, again, the test also gives you points of reference on where your strengths are and where your weaknesses are. So that does allow you to pinpoint where you need to focus. So again, it's really great. Love it. Study, 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 study. That's all I can say, is that you just need to study. You just need to study. Like I said, Quizlet is great. YouTube was great with Nurse Shy, and Nurse Help was great. The resources are out there. You just gotta do it. You can do it. You can pass. Next, test taking tips. Read the instructions carefully. I'm not gonna lie, I do very good at math. Reading vocab, I suck. Especially vocab. Vocab was the lowest score that I got overall. I think I only got like a 84 in that section. Oh, you know what? Let me pull it up. I actually have it. I'm on my computer right here. I got it right here. Let me pull it up. Okay, so in reading comprehension, I got a 90. In vocab, I got an 84. Math, I got a 94. Like I said, vocab was my least strongest point. The reading, also, I'm not really good in reading. But read the questions carefully, because they really do try to trick you. And when it comes to the vocab, just plug in some keywords. Look at the keywords. Same thing with the reading. Keywords is going to be your best friend, because there were a lot of them in there. Manage your time. My test was 3 hours, made up of, the 30 sections. Manage your time. Knowing me, like I said, vocab and reading were my weakest points. I took those first, because you could go in and choose what you want to take first. I chose those 2 to take first because I knew I needed more time on those sections. Then finally, my last section, I did math. Next, just stay calm and focused. Okay, just stay calm. You got it. You can do it. You've studied. You've worked. Woosah. For me, my school, last thing, my school, I was able to actually take my HESI remote through a proctored exam. Some locations, it just varies based off the school. You have to go to the school or you have to go to a testing site. It really depends. Me, however, I was able to take it in the comfort of my home, proctored, in a whole nother state, because the school that I'm going to or want to go, we're speaking it into existence, is in Colorado. I'm here in California. So, but if you take it through a proctored, this is what happened to me. I'm not going to say this is what's going to happen to you, but this is what happened to me. My school sent me a link to do ahead of time in order to like register my computer. I have a Mac, I have the Mac desktop. They sent it to me like 2 days before. I freaking go on there, download what I need to download, the proctored, website, whatever, for HESI, download it. My computer says I'm good, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to take it. Come testing day, I'm unable to take my damn test. Because Mac, I don't know what was going on. Mac something, I don't know. When I tell you guys, I was literally on the verge of crying. The proctor, she was like, giving me tips and tips, hey, try Safari, wasn't working. Try Chrome, wasn't working. Even though I had the system downloaded in there, because I had to re-download it again for the testing day, even though I had it in there, it was not working. Thank God I had another computer, HP laptop, always a dinosaur, got me through it. I'm not saying it's going to happen to you, but if you do have a Mac, desktop, whatever, anything that's Mac, and you are taking your tests all night, please have a backup just in case, because you might be in the same boat as me. I don't know, I spoke to my friends and stuff like that who also had to take proctor exams for other things though, and they had the same issue when it came to their Mac. One of my friends, she was unable to take her test completely because she didn't have a backup. My husband, he was taking his certified personal training proctored on the Mac, was unable to do so. He had to use the dinosaur laptop. So I don't know if it's something in Mac, but please have a backup just in case. Have a backup computer just in case. You have to borrow one, buy one, rent one. Have it just in case. Overall, that's it for today's video. I hope these tips and resources help you feel more confident and prepared to take your HESI exam. Again, everything that I've said will be listed, all the tips and tricks, videos and stuff will be listed down in the description box below. And if you like my channel, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.